today. So I've come on to do a bit of a VR for the lovely Sarah. My entry is a little bit late. Sarah knows the reasons, which I'm not going to go into, but anyway, she extended her drawer, which I'm so relieved she did, so thank you so much, Sarah, sweetheart. And I just want to show and share with you what I've made her. This won't go up until she's received it because I want her to have a bit of a surprise. But also, yeah, Sarah extended the challenge, which I was just so relieved by, because I had, you'll see in a second, but I've been working on something really special for her. So the challenge was to make something that you were inspired by. It can be anything you want. It can be paper, fabric, decoupage, anything craft related, but it was something that you were inspired to make. So taking on that challenge, I didn't want to just make anything. I wanted to make something that I've either been inspired to make or would be I've been so inspired to make it, it's just been on my to-do list. So I've done a bit of both. So the first thing I want to show you, and the flowers aren't quite dry as of yet, is this. So this, I've seen loads and loads and loads and loads of pictures on Pinterest, and basically what it is, instead of you making a card, you decorate the envelope and you make things to go in it. A bit like, it's like a mini loaded envelope, so to speak, mini. And anyway, I use the Stamperia set, which I can't remember what it is, but I will get it in a second, and I layered it, and then that sheet there, it's come from the Tim Holtz collection. And then what I did was I mixed my Tim Holtz inks and I mixed my normal inks to create my colour on the edges. I went for deep purple, vintage photo, weathered wood and evergreen buff. Those were my colours, and I just put tucked in some material here, there and everywhere. Some of my paper that I've made, tea dyed and made, and then when you flick it over, this is still a little bit wet, which is hence why I'm holding it. This is what it looks like on the other side. So I haven't made her a card, so to speak. This is what I've made her. So I'll start from the back. So I've used I've cut the little slip off the envelope, and I, instead of gluing it this way where you would normally, I glued it on the front and then covered it. And then this paper pad is actually this paper pad. It's called Flower Alphabet, and it's by Stamperia. And the pictures, it's just amazing. I'm loving the Stamperia books at the moment. Well, this is what this is all about. There's a reason why I've used the lilacs and the purples, because every time I've done a live, I always ask you ladies what you think I should do, what do you think I should pick up, and every time I've done it, Sarah's always mentioned purple. She's always mentioned purple. Now I don't know whether it's me saying that she's liking purple or whether it's just me picking up the wrong thing, but every time I've done it, or I've got purple on the desk, she'll go for the purple instead of the pink. So I've picked that up, and so instead of me doing a pink, there's a bit of pink in there, but instead of me going pink, I've gone purple. So I'm going to take these out for a second, and this is what the envelope looks like. So I've covered the inside. I didn't cover the inside, it's left quite plain. And then I've toppled the appliques and wedding appliques, crocheted doily piece I had, and I put some of these beautiful papered roses, actually from the Poundland. I've never seen them in there before, and Angie had mentioned to me that they were putting up new stock. Anyway, I went in there with Rian, who's Mrs. G. Hi ladies. And I picked up these flowers, and they're stunning. Let me show you a pack. This is the pack I used, and they're in the wedding section, and there's 12 in the pack. Normally I would use the wired stems too, but I didn't on this. I just left it with the flowers. So that's the envelope. Then to go with the envelope, there's a little boho bead that I've made. It's got a bit of a little bell on, pink bell. It does rattle, and the word, you know how I did my own wording just before Christmas? Well, I put my own word in, and I've put the word love, and these are actually made from paper straws. I just sat one night, was really inspired to make boho beads, and I made them up, and I made that one up, and I can't find it, this one up. I haven't quite finished it yet, but this is what that looks like without the word on. And it's made out of paper straw basically, and you just go for it. And I did. So on this one I've put a bit of a jingle jangle bell on, and then what I've done, so Sarah can take this off and use it whatever she wants to use it, I've only tied a piece of cotton to this what do you call it, bulldog clip. So you unclip it by clipping those up, and I've just tied it on the thing. And then all these are plain from the book, so it says look deep into nature and then you'll understand everything better. That one says deep in their roots all flowers keep the light. And I just thought they're really nice and sweet. And I know Sarah's doing some journals at the moment, so I know that when you do a journal, anything like that always comes in handy. So I didn't make a card, so to speak. I made her this. So I done some of them. Then I've cut some of these big ones out. There's that one. There's that one with a little robin on. That one with a nest on. And that one's the same one as the other one with the robin on. And then what I've done is I've cut one of them out and I've stuck it to some card basically, and I've threaded 2 pieces of lace and some sari silk ribbon around it, and my message is on the back. So Sarah sweetheart, when you might see, you might not, I don't know whether you will, but it's the one that's got the ribbon on is my message that's on the back. So that is the inspiration for this came from Pinterest. Oh, and I was seeing pictures upon pictures, and I'm saving them. I'm thinking, yeah, it's going to be on my to-do list. Yeah, it'll be on my to-do list. It'll be on my to-do list. And it just wasn't happening because your to-do list gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And anyway, Sarah's challenge came along, and I just thought, do you know what, Claire, take the plunge and just do. So that's what I did. Instead of making her a card. So hopefully she loves it as much as I loved making it. But it was also Sarah's birthday, so I wanted to make it somewhat special anyway. I was toying between doing a card and this, and like I say, since Sarah's challenge was all about inspiration, I toyed with this, so hopefully she likes it. So that was my first piece. My second piece I've made some little flowers. They're going to go on the packaging. I package it all up. That's just made from some scrap sari silk ribbon, some muslin, and then I've just used the ribbon. This one is sari silk, but it's crocheted, and it's quite thick and it's quite sturdy. It's not going anywhere. So I've made 2 of them, and then I made some bags up. So this bag is going to hold some lavender, and I'm going to put some lavender in that, and so Sarah can keep it as is, or she can take the lavender out and make some bags, totally up to her. But I just thought I loved this fabric when I picked it up, and I just thought, oh, do you know what, and that lavender that I bought sort of went overboard and bought more than what I should have done. But anyway, I made her a bag up, and I made her one of these up as well. So what it was, I was making her flowers up, and I didn't get inspiration from anywhere in particular, but I wanted something for my flowers to go in. I wanted to make some packaged flowers, but I wanted something to go in. So what I did was I created this little bag, and it's only made from like a piece of canvas. So this is what it looks like on the front. Some dangle trim. This image I've had in my stash for ages and ages and ages. Didn't know what to use it on, and I just thought that just fitted perfectly. Some vintage lace that always gets my inspiration going, and some wedding applique. And then when I flick it over, I've got some more dangle trim, some beautiful wedding applique there. This piece came off a blouse or a t-shirt, I can't remember what. And then when I open it up, I've made 3 little crocheted flowers. Now, I only started to learn to crochet just before Christmas, and I've always admired somebody who can crochet. I've always been inspired by it. You know, it's the first thing I ever look for. It's something crochet when I go into charity shops. And then when I started learning, I started to appreciate the time and the effort it takes to crochet. Because that, even though it doesn't look nothing much, it took at least 10, 15 minutes. And that was just from my own head, my own, the way I wanted to do it, the way I wanted it to be. Now, Sarah, sweetheart, if you want to press that to make it more flatter, you can. It's just it's been in the package, so it's all rumpled up. But yeah, I started to appreciate the time then when I started to learn. So I definitely wanted to put crochet pieces in, because crochet pieces has definitely become one of my inspiration pieces when I'm crafting. I definitely appreciate the amount of work that's gone into a crochet piece, and when you're crocheting, you count. Now, that's something I never thought you would do. I know, see, when I didn't learn, I didn't take into consideration that when you crochet, you count how many stitches you do, or if you're doing a certain stitch, you would count how many stitches, and I didn't realise that. So crocheting for the past couple of months has definitely took hold of my crafting and definitely inspired me to no end. So Sarah, sweetheart, those are my little crochet pieces. I hope you like them. And yeah, I really do hope you like my little crochet pieces. I'm going to leave them out just for there, because I've made Sarah another 2 pieces. The first piece is this. Now, this is not, it's not anything special. I didn't make a huge one. And the reason I didn't was because I only wanted to make a little one. We had a challenge going on in the group about a month ago. It started about a month ago. And the challenge was to make a little to make a snippet roll. It had to be 24 inches in length or whatever it had to be. And when Sarah started to tell us about this challenge, and then I started to announce this challenge on the group about this snippet roll, people kept coming up to me and saying, I've never actually done one. I've never actually done one. And all these snippet rolls kept going up on the group, and all these photos of the snippet roll. And I thought, I've done snippet rolls, but why haven't I never thought to add that? Or why have I never thought to decorate the outside like that? And it really inspired me. Now, I've made them before in the past, but wow, just the photos and the talent was just, it was just commendable. It was absolutely stunning. Everybody's was stunning, and I took inspiration from each one, and I just thought I'd love to make a little one. I'd love to make a little one for Sarah. So this is what I've done. I've attached this little squirrel. I keep saying it. No, it's not squirrel. Squirrel. I've attached this little squirrel with a piece of cotton. So Sarah, sweetheart, you can take this off. Now, we've got trees right at the back. I've got to get back into my do some more vlogging, because you all enjoyed it. But we've got trees at the back, and every winter we always have squirrels in the back on the trees, and you see them running up and down the trees. And I just thought I had to put that on, and I know Sarah won't know the story of it until she listens to this video, but that is the story. and I swear down to you, it had to go on. I've also put a little charm on that said made with love, because it definitely, that had to go on. So as I unravel it, this is made from sari silks, scrap fabrics that I bought a bundle of a couple of weeks ago from Etsy. So this is what this is made up of. So I'm going to move these out of the way to show you. So what I've done is I've taken some lace, I've taken some sari silk, all this can come off. Now Sarah's told us the story about her ballet shoes. Now I was going to do something in ballet, and I really was, Sarah, I truly was, because ballet for me, I've never done it, wouldn't know where to start. I never got the balance. Even when I was walking, I never had the balance to do ballet. But anyway, ballet for me is inspiring in a different way, because every year without fail I watch a ballet show, whether it's the Nutmeg one, whether it's Swan Lake, anything like that. I just sit and I'm engrossed from the minute to the end. And ballet, they don't speak, they speak with their dance. And it's something like, you'll either love it and fall in love with it, or you completely hate it and don't get it. And for me, I fell in love with it, and it's one of those memories that I often think and associate man with, because we always used to go and watch a show, and me and my nan, I'm not speaking because otherwise I'll burst into tears. Me and my nan would sit there in the audience, and whenever, like, the last one we ever saw was Swan Lake, and whenever like a dramatic scene came on, or like you know, something like you'd wish that, oh no, find a happy ending sort of thing, we'd grip onto each other's hands, but we couldn't look at each other because we had to look and associate the stage with it, because it was that powerful, and it engrossed me from beginning to end. Anyway, so I know Sarah has got her own story and associates ballet with, which I've seen pictures on Facebook. She is an immense, absolutely talented, immense ballet dancer, and she does a lot of tricks, I would call them, but they're special. The balance she's got to go on a hoop is amazing. Please go over and see her on Facebook. She's Sarah Duffy, and go onto her photos and you will see what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, I'm going to off track a little bit. Sarah's got her own story associated with ballet, but ballet for me is completely different, so that's why I had to put it in there, because even though she said something that inspired me, ballet definitely inspires me. I love it for the fact that there's no talking, and it's just pure movement and dance, and that's what whips you. So Sarah, sweetheart, that's why that's in there. Sorry if I've rambled on. Right, back to the snippet roll. I've attached some buttons. Buttons always inspire me. I've crocheted this piece, this yellow piece. The pattern completely came out of my own head. And then I've attached various appliques. I've made a little small little flower out of sari silk. This little charm, the little guy, always finds its way in a swap, or always finds its way to anything I'm doing. I'm running out of them, but to me it's like a little forever friend charm, and I always put it in anything. And Sarah, you've got one in your little snippet roll, sweetheart. And then as I roll down, Sarah can undo these sari silks. I've given a good length of it, and she can undo it. And these buttons I had recently from town, I've left the strings in so she can undo it. And then as I come down, this section is my vintage section, is what I'm calling my vintage section. It's got all vintage layers and lace of appliques on. Vintage pieces always inspire me, and even though I love pinks and my favourite colour is pink, I tend to enjoy it more if I'm using vintage pieces. I don't know why that is, but yeah, that's why that's in there. These little dangles I bought from town, loved it. And then I put a wooden button in, because again I love buttons, and you can undo this to find that there's green lace underneath. So there's my little snippet roll and the story of the ballet shoes. Yeah, I'm sorry if I rambled on. So I'll leave that open for you, and then there's one more thing that I want to show you before I go, and that is this. So as you saw right at the very start, I made myself a mat. This inspiration comes from somewhat a bit different. This inspiration comes from my mum. It amazes me how she can have two pieces of fabric, join them together, and she's made something, and she does it like that, real quick, like Speedy Gonzales. She does it, and I just sit there and think, that was just two pieces of fabric. How on earth have you just put that together to create this? And she'll go, if you do this and if you do that, and I'm like, whoa. So yes, the sewing has definitely been inspired by my mum. So because for that very reason it's been inspired, I made you one, Sarah, and it's actually got your name on. So I thought it'd be nice if I made you a mat that had your name on, and because of all the subscribers and the following that you've got on your channel, and I think, I truly think that you are going to go and have a lot more than what you've got now, because you are so talented in what you do, and as you show things, you've now got something with your name on. So yeah, I've put some edge lace around it, and it is reversible, so there's that on that side and there's that on the other. So that is on my few makes that have inspired me. I can hardly talk now. I really do hope, Sarah sweetheart, you will love everything I've sent you. And yeah, sorry if I've rambled on, guys. I'm just like wowed over this challenge. This was an amazing challenge to do, and I've loved every second of it. I've just loved it. So I'll leave Sarah's channel in the description bar below. Her challenge won't be on. I doubt whether it'll be on for the time when you see it. However, please go over and support her. She is so talented and so crafted and so gifted that you'd be crazy not to. So go over to her channel and explore what Sarah's all about. And I'll leave her Facebook page open, the link in the description bar too. And if you are friends with Sarah, like I say, go into her photos on her profile and you will see photos of her dancing. She did tell me what the hoop was called, but I can't remember. Amazing. Her feet are like that, they're pointed. It's just exquisite. It's amazing to look at. You would think you're looking at something in a magazine, but wow, I'm just completely wowed by her. Anyway, I'm gonna love and leave you all. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for letting me and listening to me ramble on, and I will catch up with you all in my next video. Take care. Thank you, Sarah sweetheart. Bye for now, ladies. Bye.